Hello everyone. In this video, I'm going to compare two recently released open-weight video generation models, MiniMax H3 and LTX 2.5. Both the models have speech and audio generation capabilities. I ran everything locally on this setup. If you have a better spec, then you should be able to get better results. For the comparison, I'll run both models side by side across different types of image to video generation and pick a winner on each one. Then at the end, I'll walk through both workflows so you can set them up yourself. Let's get started. For the first test, I'll compare the two MiniMax workflows and the LTX workflow at its default and at 6 steps. Based on the output, I'll use the optimal workflow for all the other tests. I'll use this starting image across all 4 workflows. The prompt requires special handling for both models since they have different guidance. Using the same prompt may be unfair to one of the models. I've linked the prompt guide for both in the description. These are the prompts we will use for both models. I'll kick off all 4 generations and skip ahead. Okay, so the results are here. Let me play them one by one.
I hope you all have a wonderful day. I hope you all have a wonderful day.
I hope you all have a wonderful day. I hope you all have a wonderful day.
The default MiniMax workflow took about 38 minutes. The 6-step version came back in 13, so it's 3 times faster. There is some quality drop, but it's a good trade-off for that much time. For LTX, the default took about 5.5 minutes, and the reduced step version came back in 3.5. There's a quality drop there as well, but the time saving is small enough that it isn't worth taking. So for the 8 tests, I'll run MiniMax on its 6-step workflow and LTX on its default. That means I'm giving MiniMax its fast version and LTX its slow one. Even so, LTX still comes back in less than half the time. And that gap carries into every test that follows. Here are the 8 tests, and each one starts from its own image. The first 5 are motion without speech, an individual, a couple, a landscape with nobody in it, an animal and a vehicle. Then 3 that lean on the audio, a group speaking where consistency usually breaks over which person is talking. Then an individual singing, and a group singing. That's the one where I'll be surprised if either model holds up. First up, one person on a rooftop. Turn of the head, hair in the wind, and the camera held still. I think LTX had the better prompt adherence here, but it gave me no audio at all, not even room tone. MiniMax turned her the whole way round, and there wasn't much wind, so LTX takes the first one. 2 people on a bench now. He lowers his hand, she nods and looks away, and neither of them speaks.
Importe de niveau, bassin.
Vas-y.
MiniMax kept the camera still and got the background right, but it added speech I hadn't asked for. LTX likes to zoom in, and it gave me no background sound at all. It didn't hallucinate speech though, and it caught some of the settling back against the bench that MiniMax skipped. LTX takes this one too. I made a bonus version of that one with speech, to see how the models handle 2 people taking turns.
and that's why I had to leave.
Oh, I understand now.
And that's why I had to leave.
Oh, I understand now.
First of all, I like how differently the two of them read the mood. Both got the sequencing of the speech right, but I'll give MiniMax the edge here, because both of its people do look away from each other at the end, while in LTX, they keep looking. MiniMax takes the bonus round. Back to the main list. No people in this one. Water running over rock, mist through the pines, and whatever audio each model decides to add. MiniMax had some odd patterns in the water, but overall it looked decent, and the background noise made sense for a shot like this. LTX replaced it with background music, which I never asked for, and I found the water flow too smooth in places. In my opinion, MiniMax wins this one. An animal next. The dog turns to the lens, shakes the water off and steps forward, and there's a bark in the audio. MiniMax had the better prompt adherence here, with the shake and the bark both there, though it barked more than once and the shake felt slightly off. LTX missed the shaking altogether. It did give me a single bark, but there was no matching action on the dog. MiniMax was the clear winner here. A vehicle, and the only test where I asked for a moving camera. It tracks the truck from the side. MiniMax's lane change was an interesting choice, and since the truck was already moving, I'd expect it to stay in the same lane. A man also appears in the driver's seat partway through. LTX animated this as a standing start instead of a continuing motion, but other than that, it looked better. LTX takes this one for consistency. Now the three that lean on audio. A group, one speaker, and the line she says is written into the prompt.
Please consider leaving a like and subscribing to this channel.
Please consider leaving a like and subscribing to this channel.
MiniMax felt more natural, especially how the other two turn to look at her just as she starts talking, and the nod and the smile after it. LTX felt off, because both of them turn before she has started speaking, and there are artifacts around her mouth and again on the man at the end. MiniMax wins this one. One singer on her own, with the words of the song written into the prompt.
Rock-a-bye baby on the treetop, when the wind blows the cradle will rock. Rock-a-bye baby on the treetop, when the wind blows the cradle will rock.
This one was fun. I loved the tune MiniMax picked and her expressions with it. LTX was fine too and followed most of the prompt, except of course for keeping the camera still. So I think LTX needs a different way of being asked for that. But I didn't like the tune it chose. This one is more of a personal call, and I'm giving it to MiniMax. And the last one. 4 singers together on the same line, which is the one I expected to break.
Oh, my love is like a red, red rose that's newly sprung in June. Oh, my love.
5 seconds is probably too short for the whole song to play out, but I think MiniMax did a better job of getting through the first line, while LTX only managed the first 3 words. The slower style wasn't bad, but I like the MiniMax version better. MiniMax takes the last one as well. Across the 8 tests, MiniMax took 5 and LTX took 3, and MiniMax took the bonus round as well. My overall verdict is that MiniMax is generally better, but LTX is faster. LTX is also more forgiving with prompts. I had to spend more attempts on MiniMax to get the audio right, although it did much better on video. LTX tends to miss parts of the prompt. I also prefer the singing from MiniMax. If you have to pick one, I'd go with MiniMax, and keep LTX around for when you want something back quickly. Before I wrap up, here's how both of these are set up. Everything ran in ComfyUI, and both workflows are linked in the description. The MiniMax default workflow is quite simple. The main work is within the subgraph, where you can see that the default is set to 20 steps. The MiniMax 6-step workflow is a separate workflow, not a setting. It adds a Turbo LoRA and the sampler that ships with it, and drops the steps from 20 to 6. I've covered that LoRA in a previous video. The LTX workflow looks similar. Step into the subgraph, and you'll see there's nothing to take off here, because the distillation is baked into the weights. It also samples twice. The first pass runs at half resolution, a latent upsampler doubles it, then the second pass refines at full size. Each pass has its own Sigma schedule node. Cutting that schedule down to 6 steps is what gave me the faster version from the first test. So there you have it. Do let me know in the comments if you're seeing different results, or if you want me to try out something else. Thank you for watching, and please consider liking and subscribing if you would like to see more of such videos.